everyone, I am Anamika Singh and today I'll talk about molecular orbital theory. Let's understand. This molecular orbital theory was developed by Hund and Mulligan. So it was developed by Hund and Mulligan. They what they talked about this theory is, I'll explain this theory step by step what they talked about. So the first thing they said that like in atomic orbital electron is present in atomic orbit, and similarly in a molecule electron is found in molecular orbital. How these molecular orbitals can be formed? He further explains that when atomic orbitals of similar energy first important thing is similar energy, like 1s, similar level of orbitals have similar energy. So like 1s combined with 1s or 2s combined with 2s. So these are similar energy orbitals. So when atomic orbitals of similar energy combine in proper symmetry, this is very important that they combine in proper symmetry along nuclear axis, and they have a maximum overlapping. So in this way they form a molecular orbital. So with this overlapping they form molecular orbitals. Third thing, in a atom, this is, if we say this is atom, there is a nucleus. So electron is in influence of single nucleus, but in molecule, since there are more than one atom present, so electron is in influence of multiple nuclei, that is called polycentric influence. Here it is monocentric. Next, if we say 4. Now it says equal number of molecular orbitals are formed as many atomic orbitals combined. What does this mean? That if 1s orbital combined with 1s orbital of another atom, there will be two molecular orbitals will be formed. There will be two molecular orbitals formed. One is called bonding molecular orbital, BMO we can write, and another would be anti-bonding molecular orbital. Anti-bonding, and this is bonding. So equal number of molecular orbitals will be formed. Half will be bonding molecular orbital and other half will be anti-bonding molecular orbital. Bonding molecular orbitals are of lower energy, and anti-bonding bonding molecular orbitals are of lower energy. Anti-bonding bonding molecular orbital are higher energy orbitals. So now the fifth point is that when we try to fill electrons, in these molecular orbitals, the similar rules like Aufbau principle, Pauli's exclusion principle, and Hund rule is followed to fill the electrons in these molecular orbitals. So Aufbau principle which says that an electron will first occupy lower energy orbital. Then Hund's rule which says maximum multiplicity. What does that mean? It means that at the same level, maybe let's say if it is d orbital, then at the same level, first all orbitals will have single electron, then the pairing will start. So if there are two electrons, it will not pair. Maximum multiplicity will be there. So it will first occupy single electron in each orbital. Then after that, when it is d6, then only the pairing will start. So this way, Hund's rule will also be applied in molecular orbital theory. And Pauli's exclusion principle will also be followed, that it says no two electrons can have same quantum number, all four same quantum number. So the spin since we know that in a orbital two electrons can be occupied, so this spin quantum number will be different. It will be plus opposite spin. The orbitals will be populated in a orbital. Now let's understand. So now we can understand more. Now we will see how these molecular orbitals are obtained. So according to wave mechanics, wave theory, electromagnetic wave theory, according to wave theory, it says that each orbital can be represented as a wave function. Each atomic orbital can be represented as a wave function, which can be obtained from solving the Schrodinger's wave equation for an atom. It says that each atomic orbital can be mathematically represented as a mathematical wave function, and which can be obtained from solving Schrodinger's wave equation. Now, to obtain that wave function for a molecule, it is very difficult to solve Schrodinger equation and to get the wave function for a molecule. To simplify that, approximate method which is called linear combination of atomic orbitals that is LCAO is followed. What does it say? That we can understand linear combination of atomic orbitals through a single electron diatomic molecule. I will take example of that diatomic molecule. Say AB. So both A and B are single electron atoms. So what LCO says that suppose atom A is represented as wave function psi A and atom B is represented at wave function psi B. So what this LCO says that when two atoms So let me explain this way. So these are wave functions like this. Wave has crust and trough. So this is psi A and this is psi B. Sorry, this is psi B. So LCO says that we can obtain this molecule, these two, atom A, atom B, can combine in phase overlap. There will be two orbitals formed, with one with the in phase overlap and one with the out of phase overlap. So psi bonding molecular orbital will be formed as, we will get it as psi A plus psi B. Here both waves are in phase, so it will get bigger amplitude. So the resulting amplitude will be, when they overlap, resulting amplitude will be bigger. And anti-molecular orbital, anti-bonding molecular orbital will be formed when they will linearly combine in out of phase. This is linear combination. This is in phase combination, this is out of phase combination, and this is called linear combination of atomic. Since the two atomic orbitals are combining in a linear manner, so it is called linear combination of atomic orbitals. So psi A minus psi B. It will give a, so this will give a constructive interference. This is being formed with the constructive interference, and this is forming through a destructive interference. Destructive interference. So I'll explain, try to explain little bit more about the psi function. This psi, this is a mathematical function and it doesn't have any real meaning. It is just a mathematical function. But when we do psi square, it is the probability of finding electron at a particular distance from the nucleus. So if we see like this, if this is the wave function, then and it is nucleus, then this psi square represents the probability of finding. This represents the probability of finding electrons. This is a, suppose this is a distance infinity. So this is a distance from nucleus. So this psi square represents the probability of finding electron at a particular distance. So this if we see this wave equation, wave function, it represents, this is the, at this place it is the maximum probable place to find an electron. So when another nucleus comes, when two waves are combining in phase, when two waves are combining, psi A plus psi B, in this case this electron density between the nucleus will be highest, because it will be a constructive overlapping and the amplitude will be even higher. So there will be probability, a higher probability of finding electrons between two nucleus. If A and B are this, so there will be higher probability of finding electron between the nucleus. This explains the lower energy. This explains that these two nuclei, A and B, there is higher probability of finding electrons in between the nucleus. So this electron density will shield the repulsion between two nucleus, and it will be a stable configuration. So it will hold the molecule in a stable manner. So that's why bonding this is a lower energy bonding molecular orbital. It will form this way. And in case of destructive overlap between nucleus, there will be very less density of electrons. So the repulsion between two electrons will be more. So this anti-bonding molecular orbital will be of higher energy. It will be of higher energy. Now let me explain here. type of orbitals formed. Now I will explain the type of orbitals formed. Type of orbitals formed. So when two atomic orbitals overlap, suppose this is x, y and z direction. When orbitals overlap with the, like it is 1s, and I will take both the examples here. This is 2pz. Suppose I will talk about these two. So when 1s combine with another 1s, we can see there is a symmetry along the, if we see this is as a molecular axis. So if we take z axis as a molecular axis, so it is symmetrical around this. So when these symmetrical orbitals combine, they will give a sigma, they will form a sigma bond. Similarly for 2pz also, when they will combine, it will give a sigma type of orbital. And if we see here for 2px, 2py here, in case of 2py, and at this moment I will also explain the positive and negative, constructive and destructive interference also. So if they combine in phase, that is if they combine in phase, so basically psi a plus psi b way, then these will be, the electron density will be highest in between the nuclei. And in case of psi a minus psi b, this will be sigma star, it will be sigma orbital. And in this case there will be lowest electron density, so node, planar nodal plane, node, there will be a node where no electron density will be in between the nuclei. So it is the sigma star. And if we see z, 2pz, if we see 2pz orbitals, they combine, if they combine in plus constructive interference, so in same symmetry, in phase overlapping, it will form sigma 2pz orbital, and will be like this. Higher electron density in between nuclei, and in case of destructive interference, there will be a node plus minus, here plus and minus plus minus. So this will form sigma star 2pz. In case of pi 2py, if I show you, it is, if we see 2py is non-symmetrical around intermolecular axis. Here it is positive phase, it is negative, so it is non-symmetrical around the molecular axis. So it will give a pi bond, pi molecular orbital. So it will give a pi molecular orbital. So in phase, it can also combine in phase and out of phase. In this way, if it combines in phase, it will give a higher electron density, and out of phase it will give a nodal plane. So plus minus minus plus, this will be a nodal plane. So this way it will form a pi 2py, and it will be pi 2py star. Now we can see an example how these atomic orbitals. I will take a simple example. Suppose we want to see for a hydrogen molecule. So in hydrogen molecule, only it has one electron in one hydrogen and one electron in another one hydrogen. So it will combine to give one, it is called sigma 1s, and this is bonding molecular orbital and this is anti-bonding molecular orbital, sigma star 1s. So now we will fill the electrons. Since at one level 2 electron in one orbital, 2 electrons can be filled, so both electron will be filled in the same orbital with opposite spin. So this is H2. And similar this way we can figure out the one important thing we can figure it out here is bond order also. With this, if we want to calculate bond order represents the strength of the molecule, so it can be calculated as half of bonding molecular orbit, bonding electrons, bonding orbital electrons minus anti-bonding orbital electrons. So in this case it is 2 in the bonding, and in anti-bonding there is 0, so bond order will be 1. I will stop here, and further things I will discuss in next video.